And so we begin our second day of walking here in Aosta. As you can see, I'm starting out at the Roman Bridge, something we had visited a couple days ago. So now I'm beginning to go, and I really want to get going. So I'm in a bit of a hurry because I want to try to get as much space, or as many miles behind me as I could before noon. Discovered yesterday, need to start much earlier. Not happy with how late I'm starting. I think I'm going to start making a point of trying to get out of here, get out of my hotels as soon as the sun comes up. In any event, need to get going, folks. So we'll see you along the trail. Okay, something funny just happened, and I want to make sure I share it. So I'm walking down this very narrow street, as you can see, trying to move along here. And as I'm walking, I see this young lady coming at me because she's walking in the other direction. Not that she's coming at me, but she's walking in the direction. And as I've been taught, it's proper for the man to walk on the outside. He walks on the street side. A woman should walk on the inside. I was taught that that's the polite thing to do. And I'm walking like just about as far over to the left as I could get, but she's barreling straight and she's moving to the left. And I'm like, well, gosh darn it, maybe she just doesn't get what I'm doing. So anyways, as we're just about to collide, not just about, as we're getting close, I step into the street and she steps into the street. And I laughed and I smiled and she laughed back and she smiled. And it reminded me of one time I was walking with a friend and she objected to that. And it's like, I guess maybe that's an old sexist, misogynistic way of looking at things, that the man should walk on the outside of the street. I don't know, it just occurred to me. And maybe folks out there can tell me, am I being old-fashioned? I certainly don't want to be insulting, but I don't know. But it just made me laugh. And I wanted to share that. I have to go up that. May not look like much on a film, on video, but boy, that doesn't look like it's going to be fun in this heat. Well, might as well get going. Boy, I love walking this. You know, I just passed a woman, I don't know if you could see her in the background, an older woman walking a Scotty. Very cute, very cute. In any event, I thought I'd share something interesting with you of the many lessons so doing something like this reinforces. So this morning, well, I guess I should start by telling you a little bit of a story. I've walked a couple of these pilgrimages and people always ask me, they go, well, how far have you walked? And I'll say, well, let's see, really about, like when I did the Camino Francés, or when I did the Camino del Norte, so about 600 miles ago. Wow, 600 miles. I said, yeah, but if you only count what you're supposed to do and not the miles I walked by getting lost, it's more like about 520. And that's always a joke. Well, this morning I had a little bit of that experience. I leave my hotel and I'm headed off in the right direction. And because it's a map with a big dot on it and a lot of little streets, I ended up getting turned around and going a mile in the wrong direction, which means that I have to make up another mile just to get back to where I started. So before my day even began, I walked 2 miles. And again, I started later than I wanted to, and it's hot, and it's like I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm walking in this heat, and I just made my day a bit longer, and I started getting really irritated with myself. But I did it. I was there. I had to turn around. I had to go back. What was the point of just sitting there beating myself up over it? And it kind of reminds me of something that I've heard multiple times, where it's no amount of regret can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can really shape the future. And that's kind of what I've learned. It's like, well, I made a mistake. I fixed it, and now this is where I am. And I look back at my past, and I think, oh, I made this mistake, I made that mistake, I did this thing wrong, I did that thing wrong, for which I am truly sorry, and I truly regret, but it is what it is. I can't go back and change it. And any fears that I might have for the future, oh, those are in the future. And as they say, worry is just the price you pay for a debt you may never own. So what's the point of worrying about anything? Just walk the path, deal with each issue as it comes, and when you get there, you get there. So that's my lesson for today. So, boy, it looks like I need a shave. I'm kind of looking scruffy. So I'm going to go. I'm going to try to make up some time here, and I'm going to drink a lot of water because it's a hot one today. Ciao, ciao. It's getting close to lunchtime, and I'm hot and thirsty. Not too hungry, but very thirsty. But I'm passing through a neighborhood here, and somebody's cooking lunch, and it smells fantastic. Wonder if they'd be willing to take in a wandering pilgrim, at least for a drink or two. Non-alcoholic, of course. Okay, so I'm gonna complain. So they put me in a room with very small windows, and they have the bed raised up nice and high, so it's where all the nice warm air is in the room. Not only that, but to get into bed, I have to climb up a ladder. After walking up and down hills for 13 miles, I have to climb up a ladder. Was not fun.